Within any series that you consume, there's always that one character. You hate their guts or you actually love them. The character that fits this mode is usually a well-written character. This type of writing creates die-hard fans that will defend the character right or wrong, creating conversations that can be refreshing or most of the time toxic. But at the end of the day, the character is still well written. It's a long list of characters that we can go through that can fit this mode. But coming out of Jujutsu Kaisen, there is one character that is so underrated, a lot of people forget how well written he really was. The character that I'm talking about is no other than Mahito. Mahito is probably one of the most underrated characters that comes from Jujutsu Kaisen. And in all reality, he is a top contender antagonist to the series. A lot of people won't admit how impactful his character really was to the whole series because of the hate and him getting rid of their favorite characters. But in my opinion, Mahito did nothing wrong. Just imagine being 3 and seeing a crazy woman with a hammer throwing nails all over the place and a guy with half his face taken off. I mean, I would have got him up out of there too, but hey, that's just me. Back to the main point. Mahito is such a compelling character because he fits a common shonen trope where the antagonist becomes a mirror to the MC, and this forces the MC to reflect, to look within themselves and solidify the resolve or see what they don't want to accept. Globally, a mirror holds a lot of spiritual and psychological weight throughout different cultures. Many cultures believe a mirror can give you the spiritual and psychological benefits that one would need to succeed in life. A common saying, looking at the man in the mirror. This technique is called mirror glazing. This is when a person stares at themselves through a mirror and say affirmations, or they just sit back and meditate on what they see, questioning themselves, reflecting, learning self-acceptance and understanding their emotions on a deeper level. This parallel and portrayal, when executed correctly, can lead to some of the best speeches, character growth, and impactful moments within a shonen series. One of the best and one of my favorite portrayal of this concept was done in the series called Naruto. And yes, I'm talking about Naruto versus Pain. When Pain was introduced to the series, he became the eye of the storm surrounding Naruto's character growth, making Pain one of the most memorable antagonists from the Naruto series. Pain forced Naruto to see life from a different perspective. Two characters that were trained by the same sensei, that all he wanted was to create peace in the shinobi world. But just because they were trained by the same master, Nagato and Naruto developed their own ideals and mindsets and viewpoints when it came to what peace really is. Naruto stared into the eyes of Nagato. He saw everything he could have possibly became if he chose a life of hatred and revenge. This helped Naruto solidify his resolve in ending the cycle of hatred and also giving him the tools that he needed to save his friend Sasuke and understand the pain and loss that Sasuke experienced. By taking away Naruto's sensei, the only person he viewed as a father, Naruto was able to understand the loss that Sasuke felt when he lost his clan. Character growth, reflection, understanding, a deep sense of control of your emotions, and solidifying your resolve was the results from Pain versus Naruto. That gave us the cycle of hatred speech. It showed us how naive Naruto was at the beginning of the series, gave him the answer that he needed at the end. He solidified his resolve, staring Nagato in the face and not wanting to hurt him to avenge his master. Pain completely changed Naruto's character. The same can be said for Mahito, so let me cook. Death is something humans fear and detest. However, humans linger beyond it as well. Death is a mirror for humans. Mahito is that mirror. This is Jogo in the Afterlife in chapter 115, explaining how Mahito is the physical manifestation of death in the Jujutsu Kaisen series. This means a lot to Mahito's character because of the world building and the different themes that are played in this series. The whole series of Jujutsu Kaisen revolves around the concept of death. The series literally kicks off with Yuji's grandfather cursing Yuji right before his death, onto all the negative emotions that are represented because of death within the series and all the 1,000 missing person cases that take place in Japan because of cursed spirits and how cursed spirits spawn from these negative emotions, it all fits into Mahito's character, even down to his curse technique. In cultures, they say when the Grim Reaper is near, you will receive a kiss of death that will eventually take your life. Mahito had the touch of death. If he touched any of his opponents, they will die on the spot. Even though it was outright stated that Mahito is the mirror to humans because he represents death, we don't see his character impact on YUji, the MC, until chapter 126, the beginning of the fight. This is where the portrayal of this concept goes to work. Like I stated before, the character that is being described as the mirror needs to force the MC to self-reflect on their resolve, mindset, and emotions. After killing two of Yuji's closest friends, Mahito did just that. Chapter 126 kicks off with the narrator saying, losing to Choso, Sukuna's rampage, and Nanami's death, Yuji's resolve had reached this limit a long time ago. To understand, both Yuji and Mahito were going through the process of self-discovery. Mahito being a freshly born curse and Yuji being a brand new sorcerer. Mahito runs at Yuji saying, yes, I am a true curse, hits him with a black flash, and continue the questions Yuji resolve. Mahito states, I bet you thought you were going to do some pest control or ghost extermination like in some make-believe story. Mind you, Mahito's first appearance was in the theater, so this was some hard bars. You came to Shibuya with half-assed determination, didn't you? How naive, you stupid brat. This is war, not a battle to fix what's wrong, but a clash of truths. You and your fragile justice, you or me, Yuji. I kill without second thought, just like how you save people without a second thought. The instincts of a curse against a so-called dignity obtained by a human reason. It's a battle to determine who will be left standing in 100 years. This dialogue was burned into Yuji's mind, because this is the dialogue that propelled Yuji, with the help of Todo, to get right back into the fight and continue fighting Mahito as a true Jujutsu sorcerer. This is similar to the situation Naruto found himself in versus Pain. After pinning Naruto down to the ground, Pain started to ask Naruto important questions to pick apart his mindset and figure out what was Naruto's resolve. In this moment, just like Mahito, Pain gave Naruto the most iconic speech known today. Psycho a hatred speech focused on the capitalist exportations of the giant nations within the shinobi world and how weaker village and smaller people get trampled beneath it. He was able to make Naruto realize that was a clash of both their truths, a clash of what they deem as justice. And this ultimately helped Naruto as a character grow after this speech. The same thing happened to Yuji, because when we fast forward into chapter 132, when we see that Yuji lands his final black flash, standing over his wounded enemy, Yuji says, I am you. I wanted to reject you, convince myself that you are wrong, but that doesn't matter now. I'm going to kill you. Even if you come back as another curse, I'll kill you. Change your name, change your form, I'll kill you again. I don't need to find a meaning or a reason. Maybe 100 years after my death, the meaning behind my actions will become apparent. In the grand scheme of things, I'm probably nothing more than a cog, but I'll keep killing curses. For as long as I can, that's my role. We get the iconic symbolism of Mahito turning to a rabbit and Yuji turning into a wolf, the predator. This is very important to everything that we went over in this video. Because Yuji stared at Mahito, questioned himself, his emotions, and his resolve, he was able to gain self-acceptance in his role as a Jujutsu sorcerer, staring Mahito in the face, reversing the roles of Mahito being introduced as the predator in the character, now being changed into the rabbit, the prey, and now Yuji finally became the predator, stalking his meal. The main point is Mahito pushed Yuji's character forward with their dynamic. The clash of two truths, a sorcerer versus a curse, an instinct of killing humans and the other an instinct of saving humans and killing curses. Without Mahito, we wouldn't have the Yuji Itadori that we have now. But that's it for the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.